Welcome back to Prince Bikes Update, your trusted spot for all the latest two-wheeler news, in-depth reviews, and real-world impressions. Today, we're talking about a classic that refuses to age at the 2025 Honda Shadow 750. This is more than just a motorcycle, it's a piece of art on two wheels. A cruiser that blends vintage attitude with modern refinement. So, strap in as we take a deep dive into this retro beast, from its looks and mechanical heartbeat, all the way to its on-road character and pricing. By the end of this video, you'll know whether the 2025 Honda Shadow 750 deserves a place in your garage. Starting from the front, the Shadow 750 continues to wear its timeless cruiser persona with pride. You'll immediately notice the large round headlamp, encased in chrome that glints under the sunlight like a jewel. The front forks are thick and strong, dressed in polished metal that complements the classic fender sweeping over a chunky tire. The telescopic suspension looks beefy, and it not only adds to the retro vibe but also offers enough travel to smooth out the bumps in daily rides. The front wheel is wrapped in a 120mm tire, giving it a confident stance and aiding stability. Moving to the side, the 2025 Shadow 750 maintains its low-slung, elongated bodywork that's unmistakably cruiser. The tank has a teardrop shape that flows into a large, comfortable seat. Honda has given it subtle new graphics and a slightly redesigned chrome badge this year, keeping things fresh without messing with its old-school identity. Chrome covers dominate from the engine casings to the exhaust pipes, reminding you this bike is all about style and substance. The dual exhausts run parallel along the right side, finishing off in short, /cut tips that not only look cool but also deliver a deep, throaty note. As we swing around to the back, the fender hugs the rear wheel tightly, carrying the same sweeping design as the front. The rear brake light is compact and minimalistic, just like the indicators, all positioned to maintain the bike's clean and uncluttered aesthetic. The rear tire is a fat 160 section, and that bulk adds character to the tail end. There's also a small passenger seat, padded just enough for short rides. And yes, there's a practical touch too. The rear suspension is adjustable, allowing riders to tailor their experience based on load or preference. Now let's talk about the heart of the Shadow 750. The engine. Powering this cruiser is a tried and tested 745cc liquid-cooled V-twin. Honda has retained the 52-degree layout, which not only contributes to a low center of gravity but also provides that signature V-twin rumble. The engine pumps out around 44 horsepower and 65 Nm of torque, numbers that don't sound extreme on paper but offer plenty of usable grunt in the low to mid-rev range. It's mated to a 5-speed gearbox, with smooth shifting and a relaxed gear ratio set perfect for highway cruising and city burbling. What's really impressive is how refined the motor feels. There's hardly any vibration, thanks to internal balancers and solid engine mounts. The throttle response is linear, and the torque kicks in early, meaning you don't have to rev it hard to enjoy it. This isn't a bike built for speed, it's built to enjoy the journey. It rides best between 2,000 to 5,000 revolutions per minute, where it feels alive and full of character. Fuel injection ensures crisp performance regardless of altitude or temperature. When it comes to performance on the road, the Shadow 750 continues to impress as a reliable cruiser. It's not a sports machine, but it's not trying to be. What it offers instead is smooth, relaxed, and confident riding. Weighing around 250 kilograms, it's not featherlight, but the low seat height of just 25.8 inches makes it accessible to riders of all sizes. In slow-speed maneuvers or U-turns, the bike feels manageable and balanced. The wide handlebar gives you good leverage, and the turning radius is surprisingly tight for a cruiser. On highways, it truly shines. Cruising at 100 to 110 km/h is a breeze, and the engine barely breaks a sweat. The wind resistance is noticeable without a windshield, but the riding position upright and feet forward makes long-distance rides feel relaxing. The suspension setup, with a telescopic fork at the front and dual shock absorbers at the rear, handles bumps decently. It's not plush, but it won't jar your spine either. Braking duties are handled by a single disc up front and a drum brake at the rear, backed by ABS. It's adequate for relaxed riding but could feel a bit soft if you're coming from sportier machines. Fuel efficiency is respectable too. Riders can expect anywhere between 20 to 25 kilometers per liter, depending on riding habits. With the 14-liter fuel tank, that translates into a practical range of over 250 kilometers, great for weekend getaways. As for the features, the 2025 Shadow 750 keeps things basic but solid. You get a single analog speedometer mounted on the tank with a small digital inset for trip and fuel info. There's no ride modes or fancy electronics here, just raw mechanical charm and simplicity. What's new, though, is a slightly revised EQ map and an update to the emission system to meet newer global standards, which means cleaner performance without compromising the engine's soul. Now let's talk numbers. In the US market, the 2025 Honda Shadow 750 is priced at approximately $8,399. In countries like India or other Asian markets, availability can vary, and the pricing will be higher due to import duties, possibly around 9 to 10 lakh an hour if it arrives as a CBU. For that price, you're not just buying a motorcycle, you're investing in Honda's legendary reliability, timeless cruiser styling, and a ride that feels just as good on day one as it does years down the line. Honda's focus with the Shadow series has always been about emotional connection, the kind of bike you fall in love with, personalize, and keep for a long time. It's not overloaded with tech, and that's exactly why many riders prefer it. It's simple, durable, and stylish, a cruiser in the truest sense. So, wrapping it all up, the 2025 Honda Shadow 750 remains a strong contender for anyone who wants a classic V-twin experience without the price tag of a Harley or the maintenance of a more exotic machine. It's great for weekend warriors, daily commuters with a taste for vintage design, or anyone starting their cruiser journey. It's not about the fastest 0-100 sprint, it's about the ride, the feel, and the pride of owning something timeless. Thanks for watching Prince Bikes Update. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more honest reviews and the latest updates from the two-wheeled world. Ride safe, ride smart, see you in the next one.